Do you think it's a good idea for U.S. foreign policy in Europe and Russia to reverse and support Putin attacking, I guess what it would be, his Western European allies?
No, while I would like to excuse it as, hyperbole, it's part of the Trump shtick. It's dangerous. It would be like you fail to pay your property taxes and the fire department isn't going to come and put a fire out at your house. I mean, that never happens. They have other ways of collecting the property taxes, but the fire still gets put out.
Did you see in your tenure this sort of attitude by Donald Trump, whether, as you said, some could call it, quote, hyperbole, but he was president, he wants to be president again, and we're talking about a nuclear-armed Russia that already started one land war?
No, that's the funny thing, Ari, is I really didn't see it. He keeps referring to dues and people paying, and I know a lot of people have used the analogy of a country club. People don't pay dues into NATO. What they do is they try to get to 2% of their GDP at a minimum. We're well above that for their defense spending. And there are a lot of ways, using economic coercion, using tariffs, using other things, if you really want to call the question and really want to hit some people in the EU over the head with a 2x4, you don't do it by encouraging our common enemy to strike them. You do it by hitting them where it hurts, which is the wallet, until they do come up to the level that they committed to paying.
You say he's mischaracterizing dues, and so you worked on European policy for him. Do you think that's because this is all just spin, because he thinks this is some sort of political trick to talk about it this way, or do you think he genuinely doesn't understand it?
Oh, no, he completely understands it. I think what he's trying to do is put it in terms that the average person can understand, because the system of payments is quite complex. So using the dues analogy, I think, is sort of an easy way out.
Gotcha.
But no, it is not consistent with what I heard in Europe when I was there. And his comment really surprised me, because he knows what the ramifications of a remark like that are, beyond just getting airtime on your show.
Fair enough. The other thing that's happened in Putin land is he sat down with Tucker Carlson, who has been very supportive of not only Donald Trump, but rumored to give him a lot of foreign policy advice back when he was president. Here's that one moment from that.
Why don't you just call Biden and say, let's work this out?
What's there to work out? If you really want to stop fighting, you need to stop supplying weapons. It will be over within a few weeks. That's it. I had such personal relationship with Trump as well. It is not about the personality of the leader. It is about the elite's mindset.
Putin was cold and aggressive in his vision and his demands throughout that interview. What did you think of it, and do you see any off-ramp here from that war in Ukraine?
Look at how serenely he sits there for 2 hours and rewrites history. I'm glad Tucker did the interview. I'm glad he didn't interject and he let Putin just go on and on and on, because I think it should be a unifying thing for the left and the right to sit here and listen to this butcher wax eloquently about what happened that created Ukraine, which is complete bullshit. And I think that, if anything, that interview should have strengthened the resolve of both sides of the aisle to pass the bill and support Ukraine.